What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, good people? Good morning, good morning. My name is Glenn P. Brooks Jr. I want to say welcome to Breakfast with the Brookses. I'm feeling some type of way, guys. My partner is not here with me for the second week in a row. Your man is going to need some prayers. On today's Breakfast with the Brookses, I've got probably the best stand-in that I could possibly have. And our great friends, Mike and Alycia Johnson, they're going to be dropping some wisdom, some fire on you guys when it comes to forgiveness. So if you're ready, I just want you to count it down for me. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Good morning, everybody. Listen, guys, listen. Let me tell you something. I am super grateful for the opportunity to have such great relationships with people who are crushing it and killing it. As you guys are coming in the room, I need you to do me a huge favor. Tag somebody, let them know we are live, we are popping, we're ready to rock and roll. Lacey, good morning. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Sydney, she said 3, 2, 1. Look, I didn't go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because I may cause Sheri to be resurrected, right? I might need to do that because you know her and her leveling up. Sophia, thank you so much for jumping in the room. Sydney, again, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Guys, listen, Linwood, I appreciate you for showing up, brother. Shout out to the MAPS Relationship Academy. Shout out to the MAPS Masterclass. Guys, we are crushing it. We're super excited. We're showing up. We're adding value, and we are helping people. For those of you all who don't know, Sheri and I created an online relationship academy almost 2 years ago now. I cannot believe it's been almost 2 years since we launched MAPS. The whole purpose of MAPS is really to add value to people who want to grow their marital and their parenting skill sets very intentionally. Here's what I've realized. People don't fall out of love. They fall out of relationship because of a lack of skill, not because of a lack of love. And the challenge is if I can get your skill sets up, here's what I'm almost promise you, we can save the relationship because the relationship is built on you being able to deliver on some things. So you know that you do love, but the question is, how do you walk that out? And so that's what we do. We certainly want to encourage you to come on in, www.thecrcoach.com. That's www.thecrcoach.com. We would love to have you. We'd love to grow with you. Sign up real quick for a 30-minute assessment. We'll walk through some things with you, kind of figure out what your specific scenario is and how we can help you. What's going on, Daniela? Good to see you. Again, shout out to our MAPS Masterclass, guys. We've got a great group of people going through where we're actually teaching people who are already in this space of adding value to relationships, how to leverage that, and quite frankly, how to generate revenue. If you guys want to catch any of our replays, Breakfast with the Brookses, and we've got a ton of new content that we've developed, we're getting ready to launch. You want to subscribe to youtube.com/the CR Coach, /the CR Coach. And that way you guys can connect with us and we certainly can help add some value. So guys, I wanted to hurry up and get that out of the way, right? I just wanted to get that out of the way. The reason why is because I am so super excited about this morning's guests. They're no strangers to Breakfast with the Brookses. Sheri and I have them on regularly. They're friends of ours. We actually are working on some things, some collaborations where we're going to be bringing some products and services to the marketplace to really, really help you guys in a way that, quite honestly, I can't do this by myself, right? I need these guys to help pull this one off. They can't do what they do by themselves. They're going to need the Brooks Juniors to help them pull it off. And so be aware of that. It's coming down the pike. Good morning, Andrea. Good to see so many people coming in the morning. Craig from Philly. What up? What up? What up? Good to see you, brother. And we're going to get started. So ladies and gentlemen, a while back now, Sheri and I met this beautiful couple who quite frankly had very similar stories that we did. Unfortunately for us, we didn't go all the way. So we know what it's like to go through pain and infidelity and all that kind of stuff. But we quit while we was in the middle of it. It's called our exes, right? So we have a string of divorcees and a wake of stuff that we couldn't navigate through. And quite frankly, I think it's because we didn't have some of the information that you're going to hear today. So today, without further ado, they are coaches. They're speakers. They add value in a myriad of ways. We're going to talk about that a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for a very warm, we all need some help. I'm thinking it's Wednesday. for a breakfast with the Brookses. Welcome to Mike and Alycia Johnson. Guys, what's going on? How y'all feeling? What the business is? Y'all good?
We're doing great, bro. How you doing?
I am fired up and I'm ready to go.
Looking good. Although you don't have a partner.
You're not as good looking as Sheri, but we'll do
it. Exactly. So I'm sitting there saying, yeah, I look good, but shoot, I could look a whole lot better with my girl on. So y'all pray for Sheri. I'm gonna need let's do this right now at the beginning of the broadcast, Alycia. We need to summon everybody who's ever had to navigate through migraines, navigate through insomnia, and try to figure that out. I didn't know there was a such thing as a rebound headache. Like, really, these neurologists that we've been seeing, they've been taught. So do me a favor. I need everybody prayers up. Y'all do me a favor. Say a prayer for Sheri this morning and keep her lifted. She needs all positive vibes because right now the poor child is suffering and she's trying to figure it out. So if we could do that, that would be great. Now, Mike, do me a favor. I don't know why it seems like it's a ton of headroom with you guys. I don't know if there's any way that y'all can adjust your shot so that y'all don't look like y'all are falling out. There we go. There we go. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So if y'all can do that for me, that would be fantastic. So love it.
Is that better?
That's much better. Oh, that's what it was. You didn't want to let everybody see that you got a little something to eat this morning, Miss Lady.
We had to get our own breakfast.
And you're not sharing. You're so mean. That's not even nice. So what's going on, guys? Talk to me. What's happening? You guys got some new things coming up. Today, we're going to talk about forgiveness. And I don't really think that people understand, Mike, Alycia, on the level of ability that it takes to walk consistently and walk out forgiveness. It's one thing to know it intellectually. It's another thing to be able to execute and walk in it, because quite frankly, when people have gone through some of the stuff that you guys have gone through, most people quit. We did. You get what I'm saying? We just wind up saying, I ain't doing this no more. But you guys stuck through. You just celebrated 22 years of marriage. Congratulations. And I just want to help everybody understand there are lessons to forgiveness. And I want you guys to kind of begin to just share your story, let us know, and we're going to do some Q&A a little bit, perhaps, but there's an exciting event, and I want y'all to talk a lot about that you guys are hosting tonight, that'll give everybody who's listening to this by way of live. Obviously, by the time you listen to the replay, it probably will be over. But for those of you all who are listening to us live, you'll get a chance to chime in and jump in. Mike, Alycia, y'all take it away. Talk to us. Lessons of forgiveness. Where have y'all been? Where are you going? And how in the world did you get there?
Well, Glenn, you said earlier in what you were talking about when we started this, you were talking about a lack of skill. Mm-hmm. And, when you said that, I'm like, wow. Earlier on in our marriage, we just had a total lack of skill. I mean, we went through all types of stuff. We probably went through every scenario as a husband and wife, every terrible scenario. And, we come from a place of no skill, and we've got to this place really not by accident, but by a whole bunch of trial by error.
Right.
And I think now that we're on this side, we're now able to through our coaching and through the stuff that we're doing today, now able to kind of look back into that time of our lives and develop a plan. And that's pretty much what we've done. Alycia has done it absolutely through her journaling practice.
Absolutely. Before Alycia jumps in, Mike, I wanted to just have you address one little thing real quick. So when you guys talking about executing a plan, and Alycia, you may want to start in with this particular one, but y'all went through a tremendous amount of pain before you got to being able to figure out a plan. And I think that most people, they stop in the middle of their pain. And in their pain, and I'm going to say this, I don't mean this to keep rhyming, but you wind up complaining, right? You wind up complaining, and as a result, you will remain right there and you stay stuck and you can't move forward. You guys somehow were able to sort of plow through that painful part. And I want you to talk a little bit about sort of the backdrop. Give us an idea what that was like, what that was, what went down. And then people, I think that'll help paint the picture for people why it's so important and why, quite frankly, forgiveness is highly possible.
Okay. As far as like navigating through that period, we actually stopped talking to each other. And there's a lot that goes on in the silent places. And when I say we stopped talking to each other, it wasn't like a Mexican standoff, like talking to each other. It was I can't talk to you in this state right now, so I'm gonna have to take it to the secret places. So it's almost like you have to retreat, like pull back and get to the place. And we'll go into more of this like during the workshop, but learning how to only say what you hear the Father saying, only do what you hear the Father telling you to do, and only seeing. And so you got to totally shut down the natural. And that's what I did. I don't know what he did, but that's what I did. That was my process. I don't know what his process.
Right, Mike, you got to jump in there, brother. What was your process? So Alycia was able to pull back. Right. And for those of you who are just jumping in, we're talking to Mike and Alycia Johnson. They are doing a live webinar tonight, and I'm telling you right now, it's a live workshop that I need you guys to be a part of. We're scrolling the website across the screen as we speak. If you guys want to put it in the chat, that's fine as well. But it's www. You're gonna have to make sure you spell this correctly. Miracles.com. Miracles.com. And make sure that if you're gonna retype it, pay attention to all the S's and the I's and all that, so that they don't go.
Look, it was real catchy when we did it the first time, but now I'm like, I see your point.
You should have seen me putting this in the agenda the other day, and I'm like, well, how many S's did I get? Is it 2 of them? And I'm saying, I know how to spell messes, but it's like 50 of them on the screen. So I am going to help you guys out with scrolling it across the screen. I double checked it 15 times. Screenshot it, right, so that you get it, and then do me a favor, if you can, put that in the chat. But tonight there's a webinar that you guys are going to be doing, and really you're going to be dealing with the lessons in forgiveness. And so talk to us a little bit. And Mike, I know we left off with you. Alicia's process was really something that I don't hear often, and that is you said you went into the silent place. Right. And I don't know why I just thought about that movie, Get Out, the sunken place. Right. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah. We had a few moments like that too.
Right. I was like, you like this?
We had a few moments like that.
Right.
Exactly where she went, Glenn.
Oh my gosh. Look, guys, I have to pause for a quick second. Drum roll. Everybody. Sheri A. Brooks Jr. just chimed in and said, hey guys, she's heartening it up. So y'all do me a favor. Y'all all wave. Everybody chime in on the chat. We're going to stop for a second. Say hey to my better half and my partner, because I'm telling you right now, I'm missing her right now. She's going to be back, Lord willing, next week. But I want to go back, Mike, and I want to talk about sort of your process a little bit, because, men process very differently than women. And so for Alycia to talk about going to the silent place, going to her prayer closet, going to God, going to a place where she could commune with the Father and say, listen, Lord, I need some direction. For you, how did you process? And if you can kind of, again, backdrop this a little bit, I need people to understand a little of y'all's backstory. Like, where were you coming from, and why was it so hard to navigate through that?
So Glenn, I guess to answer that question right up front, there was no process with me, back then.
I appreciate that. Yep. That's the way it looked.
No process that I was aware of. But, later on I did find that there was. So for me, coming from a place as a teenager, young adult, young male, not knowing my dad, going into marriage, going into fatherhood, with that baggage on my shoulder, was a very hard place in my life.
Yep.
So, we get into marriage, and, I had this idea of what a dad and a father should look like. And of course, it's like totally wrong. Not communicating, not doing all of the stuff that I needed to do as a father and as a husband.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, it was all in or gas and fire, whatever I want to say.
Yeah, yeah.
And it got to the place where Alycia was fed up. The kids were acting out. Alycia was
the dog was mad.
The dog was mad. Yeah. I mean, everything was in complete chaos.
You got problems when the dog looking at you like, I don't even like you like that for real, bro. What you doing is just wrong. I can't tell you that in English, but I promise you that ain't right.
Yeah. So I mean,
go ahead.
No, we had all types of stuff going on. For me, it had came to the point where I was staying out late, not coming home.
Yeah.
A lot of my process. So as Alycia was going through her process, my process was to the bottle. I was drinking heavily, staying out, just doing all types of.
That was his
stuff.
Secret place.
That was my secret place.
Let me tell y'all something so that you guys understand. This is Mike and Alycia Johnson. One of the things you're gonna get with them is super real. They don't hold back. They tell their stuff. They may not be as energetic all the time as Sheri and I, because I'm a nutcase. But you better not catch Alycia in a corner, because I promise you that little squirrel will come out and she will scratch your eyeballs out with the truth, and you be like, just cut me. Like, did I just get? Did she just slice me? Mike is a little more stealth bomber with his, right? You wait. It'd be 14 days later, and you realize, I think I just got cut. I think I just. So I just want to let you guys know, if you are struggling with being able to walk in forgiveness. Now, here's what I will tell a lot of people. A lot of people can say, I can forgive. That's no problem, but I don't forget. And so they put those two together, and I got some feelings on that. I'm going to let you guys kind of speak to that. But because they don't forget, they actually stay stuck. And what I mean by that, there's a place in forgiveness where when you nurse and rehearse and you keep that thought going back and forth, what they done did to me. And for those of you guys that don't know, Mike and Alycia, they were in a jam. So when they say messes, their life was a mess. I mean, it was just a mess. Mike is drinking, Alicia's trying to figure it out. There's infidelity going on. They're trying to figure. There's no communication, right? And so you guys are literally trying to navigate through that. And Mike, when you said that your process, you didn't have one, at least in the beginning, not one that you initially did. One of the things that I think that most men do is that we hide really, really, really well. Women, they don't hide well. Like, they just don't. They show where it's like the person when you play hide and go seek and you talking about they standing behind the pole. The pole is this big, but they this big. And they sitting up there like this microphone talking about, I'm invisible. You get what I'm saying? You hold the microphone. So you can't see me. You can't see, and the truth of the matter is, no, we see you. We see you. And so that's the way women are like. But men, we are pretty good at just keeping that thing way undercover. And Mike, if you would for a second, what do you think was the catalyst that began pulling you out of that place and really saying, listen, I need to deal with it. This is real. This is happening and it's serious and I need to deal with it.
Well, there were a couple points. I think the first point was really just taking a look at, the kids. And as we were going through all of our stuff, there was at one point, I just realized, I stood back one day and realized that the kids were living through this mess with us. Mm-hmm. So not having my dad in my life, not having that, part of my life there really just gave me a better understanding or a better feel for what my kids were seeing. I was there, but I wasn't there. And I think for me around that time, I was like 37. I said, you know what? I need to address the elephant in the room and find out who my dad is, meet him, and beyond this, because at the end of the day, that was the root cause to everything that we were going through.
Mm.
So I had to go digging and find out what the source of my problem was.
Mike, you said source, and Alycia, I need you to pick up, because here's the crazy thing. You guys are doing a webinar tonight, and the webinar really is about the lessons in forgiveness. There are lessons to be learned as you're journeying through. And for those people who are watching, who are struggling with this, you know, I really want them to join and sign up and be a part of this webinar, guys, because, and I'm gonna just say this to all of you guys who are viewing this, either by, you know, even if it's by replay, I want you to understand that in order for you to get from where you are to where you want to be, I don't care if that's, you know, in relationships, in your marriage, and your parenting. I don't care if that's financially. I don't care if that's losing weight, whatever that is. It's always going to involve a process. It's always going to involve a process. When you think about a processor, it's something that takes things from one state and it metamorphoses it to another state. And so you can take an onion and create onion powder out of a processor. You can take a beet and make actual juice out of something that's super dry because of a processor. It takes it from one form to the other. It's still the same thing. It's just in a different form. And as a result, it's now palatable in ways that you couldn't digest it the first time, or at least digest it properly. And so Alycia, if you can, without giving the whole thing away, I want to talk a little bit about what people can expect on this webinar with you guys tonight. Give them the information. I'm already scrolling the website across, guys. I really need y'all. Let me just say this last thing, Alycia. I don't know everything, guys, and I'm clear on that. I haven't been through every circumstance, and I'm clear on that. But here's what I do want to do. I want to be a curator. I want to be the kind of person that when you meet me, you meet the kind of dope folks that I roll with that bring something of value to the table. And for me, it's always going to be about how can we make your relationships more healthy. And so when I tell you, you need to sign up for this webinar, you need to sign up. I ain't getting paid a dime by telling you to do that. I'm just telling you on the front end for all my sarcastic or skeptical people. That's what I'm thinking. Well, I'm skeptical. He probably getting them. Stop being crazy. You should probably get off this call if you're thinking like that, because that's not what this is. I need you guys to get healthy. I need you guys to become whole, because Mike, you said something that was significant. Your children are paying the price for that. And I think that's unfair. Alycia, can you help us out? What can people expect tonight in the webinar?
Well, for those who know me, y'all know I'm going to get into your stuff. Like, it's our webinar and we're hosting it, but we are more concerned about helping other people get their marriages together. So whatever's on the table, we'll deal with it. That's the thing you have to understand about marriages, is that there's a different mix to everyone. And like you were talking about that food processor, everybody gets their stuff processed, but it's in the order that you're putting it in. Ooh. And so we went to marriage counseling, and that was very interesting because, you're always taught to do the whole marriage counseling piece so that you can kind of circumvent a lot of the things that are going to happen in marriage. But the things that were addressed in marriage counseling, they were put in the wrong order. So we had to figure out, along the way, like what our mix was, what our brand of crazy was. And so every relationship has their own brand of crazy. And that's what we're going to deal with. One of the things we're going to deal with in the webinar, your brand of crazy.
Wow. When you talk about that, Alycia, I think this, and you said it, your brand of crazy. As a coach, one of the things that we realize, even in our MAPS community, everybody is different. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing to us, Sheri and I, because I guess of our time in, she was married twice. I was married once, but for 12 years. And we've done the blended thing. We've done the co-parenting thing. There's so many facets that we've done. We've cheated, not on each other, but we have been there where all that kind of stuff. But I'm always amazed how there's a strand of our brand of crazy in everybody we rock with. Like there's a piece I can relate to. And I think that when you are going to someone who's going to help you navigate through that, you really do have to get clear on the order of which you're putting that in and how does this relate to your specific scenario. That's why I'm telling you, for all of my folks who you have struggled with infidelity, you have struggled with deceit and lies and betrayal, you've struggled with addiction, you've struggled with starting one way and never being able to finish it. This is your couple right here. This is your couple. This forgiveness webinar, I promise you, is going to take your life to another level, because at this particular point, they can help you walk through that. I know one of the things that you're going to deal with is the triggers and the pain of forgiveness, Alycia. And a lot of people don't understand that there are things that will forever trigger it and all that sort of stuff. And I know, you're going to get into and unpack that tonight. But I really want you to kind of help people understand sort of that world and sort of being aware and how do you kind of navigate through that with all that pain around you?
Mm-hmm. Well, Mike and I, obviously, we're still growing, we're still learning. And so that's the thing you have to understand as a couple. As you evolve, as you grow, there are going to be different triggers that come up. And so don't be so arrogant that you think that you know all of your triggers, because you don't. And so that's very fascinating for us, because we're like, oh, we good, we got this, because we healed everything and stuff. But when you start to rise to another level as a couple, that it resurfaces at a different level. Yep. And we just had a scenario when we saw you guys the last time. No, it was when we were in Georgia, and we were driving down, and we good, we laughing, and then some triggered me, and I was like, "Ooh, where'd that come from?" But it was. But the thing is that it was a quicker response time.
Yes.
But the thing is, you have to understand that no matter how, you never that good. You never that good, and even the best.
Alycia, I'm gonna start calling you Squirrel. You moving too fast. You gotta go back. I'm gonna hit the rewind. Rewind. You gotta say that again. Say that again. We're talking about you think you good. You ain't never good, is what you said.
No, you're not. You're not. You never. What, as Kendall says, you never that sweet. You ain't never that sweet.
I promise you. And I think that arrogance, Mike, especially for men, gets us in a lot of trouble. I can't tell you how many men I coach that I just recently had to tell a brother, I said, let me explain something to you. I'm not a counselor. I'm a coach.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm not finna do. And my Southwest Atlanta voice getting ready to come up out of me. I'm not finna hold your hand and we talk about your deep-seated issues for the next 3 years. I'm not doing that. Now, I'm not just saying that that's a thing that's not of value. That's just not what I do. So if you want to cry and bellyache and moan and all that sort of stuff, go see a therapist, because that's what they get paid to do. God bless their hearts. You know what I'm saying? I'm a coach. I'm going to help you take this from where you are. We're going to create a game plan. I'm going to make sure that you understand clearly what it is, because we're going to do an assessment, and then you're going to execute the game plan. I'm just going to draw up the play. You're going to run the play. Mike, as men, we so arrogant to think that, bro, I got this. I'm good. I'm straight. I don't need this. In the DC area, they would say slim. You know what I'm saying? I don't need this, Slim. I'm good, Slim. But they not good. Am I right, Mike?
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. And that was me. So I think, as a male, you think you go out, you put up, 30 points one night. You think that the next night that 30 is going to be automatic. Yeah. And I think that's the mindset that a lot of men have. It's like, okay, I have the house, I have the car, I have everything that I want. We've had some issues. We've patched those up. We put some stuff over it. It's not like healed, but making money. I'm doing all this. And then you get back to that spot where you think, oh, I'm safe. I'm good. I just put up 30. Right. And you have to realize that you have to show up every day and put 30 up every day. And there's a process to that. There's a process to it.
Guys, let me tell y'all something right now. Cherie just put it in the chat, and I'm telling you, baby, you're so right. Do the work. Linwood says, look, he went back and said triggers resurface at different levels. And one of the things I recognize is that people forget that relationships are organic in nature. And by nature, relationships are designed to grow or to at least move, right? Even if they're growing very slowly, they evolve, and evolution takes time. Here's the problem. You don't generally put much stock into the fact that the person that you're talking to is not the same person you married 20 years ago. The person that you stepped out on last week is a different person than the person she is today. And so there may be new levels that she's growing to, or new, and I call them awarenesses that she's walking in. She's coming into a level of awareness that, quite frankly, that wasn't available last month. Like, I didn't know that. And so they're going to do things differently. And here's the challenge. When you go through a relationship and you think that it's not organic, you think that it should be kind of rudimentary, and we already said that, you will consistently lose. And Mike, you said to Matt, like, yeah, you can put up 30, but my question is, can you do that for 82 games? Yeah. Can you do that for 16 weeks? Right. Can you do that for the entire baseball season? Like, can you keep doing that? And the answer in most cases is no, particularly when you don't understand the process. Tonight, they're going to be talking about lessons in forgiveness, guys. You're going to learn things like the ingredients. There's some core ingredients to forgiveness. They call it the 5 ingredients of forgiveness. There are real effects of forgiveness, and you have to be able to sit in the middle of that and recognize that and deal with that. There's a such thing as being able to forgive yourself. I coach folks all the time, guys, that can't let themselves off the hook. And so they don't allow other people to walk in forgiveness with them because they won't let themselves off the hook. Y'all are going to deal with that tonight. And Mike, Alycia, I'm excited, man. I'm excited about what's going on in y'all's life. I'm excited that God caused our paths to cross. I'm excited that, this is an opportunity for so many people to get healed finally. Right? To just finally get healed. Alycia, can you tell us a little bit more as we wrap up tonight? What do people really need to walk up? I mean, as we wrap up this conversation today and you guys get into it tonight, what do you really want people to walk away with?
Knowing that there is absolutely nothing that God cannot forgive. There is absolutely nothing that you cannot get over. If you don't give up, heaven won't give up. And that's the thing. Just keep pushing through. And a lot of people get so blindsided by what they think they see. But we want to this evening give people new eyes. Give them the opportunity to reach for a higher and a different perspective. And to know that they are their brother or sister's keeper.
Guys, let me tell you something, Mike. Y'all are a phenomenal couple. I'm excited. Alycia, you run an organization called Always Journal. After this, I know that you guys are actually going to be going through some journaling and some different things and taking people through. Again, we're talking about processes. Because after you get through the initial stages of deciding that you want to forgive and you are going to choose to do that, and then you start moving into the work that it takes to carry that out, you also are going to need to build a platform or a foundation of maintenance work that you continue to do. Because as you guys grow, those levels change, you're going to get triggered, and you got to figure out a way. How do we keep navigating through this as we grow? Mike, you got anything you want to share as we close and as we wrap up, bro? Anything you want people to walk away with?
No, I think, we pretty much said it all, Glenn. I think as Alycia said, forgiveness is the core. So, as I talk with people that I train or coach, if you're unable to forgive first yourself, and then of course your partner, your kid, your parents, or whatever, we're talking any level of forgiveness. I mean, the webinar is forgiveness in marriage, but it's forgiveness in anything. Yep. If you're unable to forgive, there is so much that will be blocked, from you. There are levels that you won't be able to get to because you haven't cleared that level of forgiveness. I'm talking health, career, everything. Just everything. So
I love it.
That forgiveness is the key, the golden key to everything that you truly want.
I love it. I love it. You're talking gamer terms for my gamers out there. If you don't clear this level, you won't get to the next one. I'm telling y'all, you do not want to miss tonight's webinar. They're calling it lessons in forgiveness. Just read the thing, Glenn. Just read the thing, and you won't mess that up. Just read the thing, and then this is where y'all gonna have to take a screenshot real fast. Might do something. Put it on burst, so make sure you don't mess up. Mrs.Miracles.com. www.mrs.miracles.com. Guys, we're going to get out of here. I've got a masterclass to teach in about 30 minutes, and I'm just super excited, y'all. Listen. Stay tuned to what these guys are doing. Stay tuned to what we're doing. And here very soon, you're going to see us begin to merge some things together to reach larger masses of people, particularly in these areas. By that point, my arm will be resting on the shoulders of a very beautiful young lady. And so I'm just going to, for the beautiful one that ain't here, I'm going to say, cups up. And at the end of the day, guys, we always like to tell people we all need some help. Y'all be good. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thanks, Glenn.
No worries.
See y'all tonight.